Shoot, week 0 spreads and totals, huh? That's something interesting to talk about. So I've got them. I made a post about them earlier today. And so we're going to look at them right here tonight together. All right, first one up, week 0. Then we can go through the week 0 schedule. You'll be going through it right here if you haven't known about it. We got North Carolina at TCU. It's not at TCU. That's so dumb of me. North Carolina's playing TCU in Ireland. The Aer Lingus Classic. We've all been watching that in week 0 for the last couple seasons. North Carolina is a 6.5-point underdog, over under at 49.5. Obviously, North Carolina's got a squad that's changing. TCU doesn't have Josh Hoover anymore, but we remember this game last year when North Carolina went up like 7-0, I think, on the first drive, and then it was pretty much all TCU from there. Yeah, that might happen again. That might happen again all the way over in Ireland, so we'll find out. But it's interesting. I mean, in 6.5, is that too high or too little? I'm not exactly sure, but I do find it interesting because I remember last year betting on, I believe it was Kansas State was 3.5 against Iowa State, and I got burned on that. So I'm not making any bets right now, but it could be more than that. It could be a steal. What I'm trying to say is 6.5 could be a steal. All right, the second one I've got, NC State is playing Virginia. This one is in Virginia. It was supposed to be in Brazil, and they changed it up, if you didn't know that. This game was supposed to be in Brazil. They said, no, we're going to play it in Virginia. Too many complications over there. So NC State is a 4.5-point underdog to Virginia. Obviously, Virginia had a huge season last year, went to the ACC Championship, just came up a little bit short. Over-under is at 54.5. The cover photo I got right here is C.J. Bailey. NC State quarterback. He's going into his third year starting quarterback. I think could be a sleeper guy. I mean, I really just think if he was somewhere else, people would be talking about him. He's a huge guy. He's like 6'4", 6'5", a little skinny. Needs to be a little bit, thicker, if you know what I mean. But I like him, and I do like NC State's offense because of him. Now, Virginia, obviously coming off the big season last year, they're losing their quarterback, so they're kind of reshuffling the decks a little bit. I'm forgetting who their quarterback. Their quarterback's definitely a known commodity. I believe Virginia football QB. Let's see, following dude. This just does me no. Beau Pribula. Yeah, that's Beau Pribula from Missouri. That's who I thought it was. Okay. And then the next one we've got here is San Jose State is going to USC. USC is a 35.5-point favorite. That one, that just makes sense, right? You kind of don't expect USC to lose that one or kind of even been close. But it'll be interesting to see Lincoln Riley and them out front against, a team in their state, a team that's not an FCS school. But it is fun that we get to see this offense that's supposed to be high-powered. We'll see what the team totals are, the over-under are. We don't really have that right now. But USC is 35.5-point favorite. Jack State at North Dakota State. North Dakota's first game as a member of the FBS. They are an 8.5-point favorite, opened up at -10. Jack State coming out of the Conference USA, so we'll see how that goes there. And Hawaii playing Stanford. Stanford is a -3.5-point favorite. Last year, you guys remember this game. Hawaii's kicker was the big story of it. And they were able to come out on top. So we'll see what happens in week 0 this season. Stanford gonna get their revenge as 3.5-point favorites. Another game, Sacramento State is playing Eastern Michigan. Sacramento State, this is their first game in the FBS, and right now they are 8.5-point underdogs. So a little bit of switcheroo from North Dakota State and Sacramento State is both their first times in the FBS. I don't know why they're doing the FBS. I wouldn't have done that if that was them, but we'll see what happens. So playing MAC schools, or they're Sacramento State playing a MAC school and North Dakota State playing a Conference USA school. Sorry, it took me a second to think about it. And now, the good one, Florida State is playing New Mexico State in week 0 at home, and they are 29.5-point favorites. So it was 28.5. Now they're 29.5. So they should. That's crazy. I thought it would be like 14.5, to be honest with you. I don't know. That was kind of a joke, but I might be taking New Mexico State spread there. I don't know if you guys are with me on that or not, but I would venture to take Florida State 28 now. And the final one I got right here is Memphis playing UNLV. UNLV is a 3.5-point favorite. Obviously got Dan Mullen here up on the picture. If you didn't know, he is the coach right now of the UNLV Rebels out there in northern Las Vegas. The best thing also is Memphis is head coach Charlie Huff follows Deep Shot Sports, if you didn't know that. So if you're not following Deep Shot Sports, just know Charlie Huff is, and we're eventually going to get Dan Mullen on it. But for now, all you need to know is UNLV is a 3.5 point favorite in week